Hey Rabbits, it's Trixie, and today I would like to talk to you about a weird phenomenon of the German language, German names that also serve as nouns. What I'm talking about are words like Hackepeter. Here, Peter, a popular German name, has become part of a word. But why Peter, and what does that even mean? Well, give me a second, I'm gonna explain it to you soon. Most of these name words are combined with another noun or a verb, but I also found 3 common German names that can be used as soft insults just by themselves. For instance, you can say, Du Horst, Du Otto, Du Heini. Just imagine you're called like this and somebody uses your very own name to mock you. You're such a Steven today. Well, that's my name. So are you ready to learn more about this weird part of the German language? Common German names that are also other things. Let me tell you which monstrosities they are, what they mean, and what their origin is. Have fun! I already mentioned it in the introduction. There is the beautiful German word Hackepeter, chopping Peter. What could that be? If you guessed ground meat, then you are completely right. But what has Peter to do with that? Well, there are 2 reasons why you can refer to ground meat as Hackepeter. The first of them is that Peter is short for petersilie, parsley, which was often used to spice the ground meat. Secondly, for some reason, the name Peter was connected to people or things in a pitiful, pathetic situation. And, well, ending up as ground meat is not the nicest situation to be in. This also explains 2 other terms containing the name Peter, with one of them being Wackelpeter, Wiggle Peter, describing Jello. Jello is normally called Wackelpudding, Wiggle Pudding, or Götterspeise, dish of the gods. But yeah, I've also heard Wackelpeter several times in my life. And we all know how Jello behaves. Whenever you move it just a little, it starts shivering. And shivering is an activity related to being in fear or being cold. This way or that way, we can definitely speak of a miserable situation here, which is why the name Peter was chosen again. The second and last word with Peter in it that I know is Ziegenpeter, goat Peter. It's a slang term for the disease mumps, which mainly affects children, most of them boys. If you're infected with this highly contagious virus-induced illness, your throat starts swelling and many other symptoms such as an inflammation of your testicles and meningitis can occur.
Trixie, since when is this a medicine channel?
Oh, sorry. Why did I start talking about this? Ah, yeah. So in German, mumps can also be called Ziegenpeter. There's not really a trustworthy theory why that is. The only explanation that I found is that there was once a cream cheese called Ziegenpeter that looked white and bloated, just like people suffering from Ziegenpeter with their pale skin and the swollen face. So no clue if that's true, but it would make sense even though it's me. Just imagine, you're a kid, you feel bad, you look like shit, and people start comparing you with the cream cheese. Okay then. Another really common German name is Hans, and I found 2 terms containing it, this time describing insults. The first one is Prahlhans, brag Hans, describing a bragger, a poser, an arrogant jerk. And then there is Hans Wurst, Hans Sausage, a clown-like person that cannot be taken seriously. Unfortunately, I didn't find an explanation why these insults are connected to Hans, so if you know more, please tell me about it. Finally, I can tell you about the first female name used for an insult. It's Heulsuse, howl or cry Susie. It can be used for a whiny, spineless person that gets too emotional too quickly instead of standing his ground, and even though it's Susie, a man can be called like that as well. The next one is super weird and also a bit dark. Do you know what der Herzkasper is? Well, it is a slang term for a heart attack. Oh, Kindje, fahr mal nicht so schnell, ich kriege noch ein Herzkasper. No idea why, but it's pretty freaky and therefore definitely worth mentioning. A second term with Kasper would be der Suppenkasper. Again, it's kind of like an insult or mockery for a person that only eats very small portions, that eats like a bird or is very finicky with what he or she eats. This term's origin is the book Der Struwwelpeter by Heinrich Hoffmann, published in 1845. If you're interested in this book, I made a video about this some time ago, so check it out. The book features many different stories, with one of them being Der Suppenkasper, dealing with a boy called Kasper, I suppose, that refuses to eat his soup and gets thinner and thinner every day until one day he dies, eventually. Typical German children's story, I would say, and yeah, this is how Suppenkasper became a thing. Anyone called Philip here? The German word Zappelphilipp, which means fidget Philip, describes a hyperactive child or generally somebody that cannot sit still on a chair. It also derives from a story out of Der Struwwelpeter, in which a boy called Philip, obviously, cannot stop rocking his chair. Until at some point he falls, all the food, the dishes and the tablecloth coming down with him. I'm actually surprised that nothing worse happened. A fork destroying Philip's eye, or the boy breaking his neck, or whatever, you know? Typical German children's story. But yeah, Philip was lucky, I guess. So back to topic, this is the explanation for Zappelphilipp. The last term of this kind that I have for you today is a pretty modern one. It's der Körperklaus, the body klaus. It's used for somebody that's really clumsy, obviously not in control of his own body movements. For example, somebody that dances in a very talent-free and embarrassing way. So let's end this video with me being a Körperklaus. Alright, Rabbits, I really hope that you enjoyed today's video. What other terms of this kind can you think of? Maybe I forgot one? And something that would be very interesting for me, is there another language apart from German that has these name nouns for different things? If so, can you give me an example? What kind of names are used and what do these words mean? I really hope that you had fun with today's video. If so, please leave a thumbs up because that would make me really happy. If you want to watch another video of Don't Trust the Rabbit, you can find one right here. You can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram or Facebook, or even support the channel on Patreon. I would appreciate that so much. Now I wish you all a very beautiful day. Check out my other videos if you'd like to, and hopefully we are gonna see each other in my next video. Bye!